They think they can't be forgiven. They think there's no restoration. They think there's too much damage. They think that there's way too much baggage now that you have to carry for the rest of your life. And there's no way things could ever be better because of the mistake that you made. And that is a lie that the enemy will tell us over and over and over when we fail. Jesus identified Satan, by the way, is the father of all lies. And when he lies, he's speaking his native language. That's a direct quote from Jesus. Every time the enemy talks, he lies. And this is a big one that he will tell the Christ follower. That if you failed, there's never any way that you could ever be forgiven. There's no way that you can ever get past the guilt. There's no way you can get past the shame. There is no way that you could ever be in a right place with Jesus ever again. Lies. So how do you handle this? What do you do? Here you are, you're sinking, and you've embarrassed yourself in front of your family and your friends and even Jesus. What do? I want to take a look at the temptation that Peter had at that moment that he had to deal with. There are several, actually. Again, look at verse 30. When he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Now listen to me. This is where I see a lot of people in churches get this wrong. What do you mean, Pastor? Temptation. He could have been tempted to handle this on his own. Oh, sorry, Jesus. I'll just go back to the boat. We're good here. But Peter knew the water, and to try to deal with this on his own would have been fatal. I said to try to deal with this on his own would have been fatal. Friend, hear me. To try to deal with your failures on your own will never lead to life. It is never the best way. I'll just work it out. I don't have to pray about it. I'll just get my act together. You are not wired to get your act together when you fail spiritually. You've got to have help. By the way, that's not a weakness. That's the way that you and I have been created. We have been created to do spiritual things with God. You cannot take him out of the equation if you want to be successful spiritually. Let me say it again. You cannot take Jesus out of the equation if you want to succeed spiritually. You got to have his help. But he could have tried to handle this on his own. He could have relied on other people. Look, there was at least 3 experienced fishermen in that boat, still in that boat. You think one of them had a rope or a life preserver or something? And he could have just said, "Oh, a little help, guys. This isn't good." But he didn't. Now listen to me. There's beautiful things about the body of Christ and for us being together and helping each other through life. But that's not the first call you make. It's not the first call you make. There's another call you need to make first. He could have done nothing. This is the choice that I see a lot of people make. They failed and they think that they're outside of Jesus' help and his good graces and globe. And spiritually they drown. He had these options in front of him. He chose none of those. What did he do? Thank God, he cried out to the Lord. I said he cried out to the Lord. Friend, listen. It's okay to seek guidance from other people. It's okay to maybe change some aspects of your life, but the first call you need to make is to Jesus. Dare I say, the greatest lifeguard who ever lived. Your first cry, your first talk, your first anything is to cry out to Jesus. Peter gives us this incredible example of when we fail. The first thing he did, Lord, save me. Could it be that there could be people in here who have made some mistakes and you have yet to call on Jesus to help you? Maybe because you think that he has turned his back on you. I want you to know, I want you to know the mercy of God and the grace of Jesus is so incredible that even when you are at your worst, he still loves you. Even when you have absolutely messed up, he loves you.